In some of the Pokemon games, Game Freak have created a pre or post evolution for Pokemon that were created in older generations. An example of this is Togekiss, a Generation 4 Pokemon that was created as a final evolution for Generation 2's Togetic. But some of these additions are just not necessary and would probably be better off in different circumstances. I have picked out a few of these Pokemon that I believe did not need to be added in the way they were. And the first I'm going to talk about is some Pokemon like Snorlax and Jynx were given in a later generation a pre-evolution called baby Pokemon. In my opinion, these Pokemon are just really unnecessary. Most of them are only available by breeding, for example, Wynaut, which means you would need the fully evolved Pokemon, Wobbuffet in this case, to get the baby Pokemon, meaning they are only really useful to add more Pokemon to the Pokédex. And with some of the conditions you need to meet in order to breed the Pokemon into the baby Pokemon, this can get really annoying. This one, to me, I think is self-explanatory. An evolution is supposed to be a way to make a weaker Pokemon stronger. But is there really any point of an evolution when the evolved Pokemon doesn't really change? Cypher, Scizor and Kleavor all have the same base stat total, 500. The only change that happens to their base stat total is where the points go. Now, I do like the Pokemon Scizor and Kleavor, but I do think if they're only going to be really changing types, it would have been better if they made them regional forms of Cypher. The Oddish line was introduced in Generation 1 as a 3-stage evolution line: Oddish, Gloom and Vileplume. But in Generation 2 they decided to add a new Pokemon that Gloom was able to evolve into: Blossom. I believe this was a waste of a Pokemon. Instead, they should have gave it to a Pokemon that was either created in Generation 2 or a Pokemon that doesn't have a full 3-stage evolution line. There are many more instances of a Pokemon already having a final stage evolution but then was given another option in a different generation. So I won't be going into full detail of all of them, but some of them are Poliwhirl into Politoed, Slowpoke into Slowking, and Curlier into Gallade. There are a few others, but one that I do want to get into is Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan were Generation 1 Pokemon, but in Gen 2 they were given Tyrogue, a baby Pokemon that was able to evolve into both of them. Already something that I don't think was needed. But then they also decided to add Hitmontop, a third option. This was just not needed. What I think they should have done is gave Tyrogue to Hitmonchan and then made Hitmontop the pre-evolution of Hitmonlee. I think that would be better than giving a baby Pokemon 3 choices. I am now going to move on to my final one, and this might be the most controversial one. The Evolutions are some of the most beloved Pokemon. I mean, look at what happened when a set made for the Evolutions came out recently. Barely anyone could get their hands on product. Don't get me wrong, I love the Evolutions as well. Like Sylveon, the latest one added, is my favourite of the whole bunch. But did they really need to give one Pokemon 8 evolutions? A better idea, well, I think anyway, is in the generations new evolutions were added, they made a new regional form of Eevee, just like they did with Wooper, who at first originally evolved into Quagsire, but in Generation 9, when Clodsire was introduced, they gave Wooper a regional form. And that is the end of this video. If you have any more evolutions that you think are unnecessary, or you just disagree with my points, then leave a comment down below. I would love to see it. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.